In Project Zomboid, guns can be a big help against a zombie horde, but first you've got to get your hands on them. This video will explain several methods for breaching secure buildings to get your hands on those guns. Rather than address specific locations, I've tried to largely keep this advice generic, so the same techniques can serve you just as well on modded maps. Before getting into it, I will also say, if you do want to rely on guns a lot in your playthrough, then you should strongly consider adjusting the sandbox settings for ammunition to one of its highest levels, even if you leave guns to be more rare. Munitions, that being both guns and ammunition, can be found in roughly 4 different ways. Random. Guns carried by zombies, guns in homes, guns in police cars or survivor houses, all these are random, so you can't really count on them. Though an event with a couple of police cars or a big survivor house can potentially net you a lot of munitions. Unsecured. This is probably the best category. The guns are there, waiting for you, and you can just walk right in and take them, once you've dealt with the zombies. The best example of this is the military checkpoint south of Louisville. Crates and lockers filled with munitions in a room without a door. Low security. Munitions hidden behind one or more security doors. Common in police stations, but not ubiquitous. These doors are resilient, but not indestructible. With patience and no zombies on your back, you can smash them down with common melee weapons. This is noisy and uses up weapon durability, but at least you're free to stop and restart without losing time and effort. It's also possible to disassemble the door from the right-click menu. This requires a hammer and a screwdriver, but no actual skill. Note that this takes a while and makes noise, so clear the area first and speed up time at your own peril. One thing to note about the security door is that when they're locked, you are unable to open them from either side if you lack the key, as opposed to normal doors which will unlock automatically if activated from the inside. Yet another way to bypass these doors would be to kill all the zombies in the building, even possibly luring new zombies in the building before killing them, and wait to get lucky with one of them dropping a building key. High security. Buildings with all points of access blocked off by indestructible metal grates, such as the gun store in West Point and the Aaron hunting supply in Louisville. The first and most obvious of these is to use a sledgehammer to take out the wall wherever is most convenient. The devs have already said that sledgehammers are going to be craftable in the next big patch, so this may be of use to your grandchildren. Without a sledgehammer, the remaining options are not entirely safe. There's the option to come in via the roof. Worst case, this will require you to have level 6 crafting to build stairs, or a lengthy sky bridge. In both cases, you will need all the appropriate tools and the materials, and plenty of space and time in which to deploy them. Once you get up to the roof of your chosen armory, you might find the place doesn't even have a roof and you can hop right in. Don't. Remember, if you fall in, you won't be able to get out unless you are somehow able to deploy one of the other options, in which case why did you bother with the stairs? After using your walk to option to make sure the building really has a roof, you can build a section of wooden flooring, then dismantle it. Now you've got a hole. All you have to do is build a low fence, hang some sheet rope, and you're in like Tom Cruise. Just don't let any zombies come in after you. The final option is the one I'd deploy only as a last resort, although it actually requires less tools, skill, and time than the other options. What you want to do is burn down part of the building. Seriously. Burnt walls can, but not always be, passed through much like wall frames. Obviously the real trick here is not to die and not to burn down the whole building. Don't mess around with Molotovs. What you want to do is get a zombie corpse and lay it snug against the wall of the building. Then you need a lighter or matches in your inventory and some gasoline. Even a water bottle's worth should do. Before you start, make sure you have a large container of water to use. A bucket would be good, but even a whiskey bottle filled with water is okay. Using the right-click menu on the corpse, you can light it on fire. Try not to set yourself ablaze. Then you can right-click on the fire and select Extinguish to be ready to put it out using your water. Leave the fire burn just long enough to torch a wall segment or two, then put it out. If you can pass through the walls, you now have a way in and out of the building. If you can't, just try again. Remember, if you do set yourself on fire, you can put yourself out using the same right-click extinguish option, though it's more traditional to just panic and die. I'm Carl Middleton, blah 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 blah, etc. Subscribe for more videos. Hooray!